What if the pain in your hands could ease, not with expensive pills, but with something from your own kitchen? What if the stiffness you feel every morning isn't just part of aging, but something you can gently reverse? And why don't more doctors talk about simple, natural solutions that actually work? Mary is 77 years old. A little over 10 years ago, she began to struggle with something as simple as opening a jar of jam. She tried again and again, gripping tightly with both hands, but sharp pain in her fingers stopped her every time. Gradually, she gave up on the things she once loved: knitting, chopping vegetables, writing letters to her grandchildren. Each of these small joys slipped away, one by one. Arthritis didn't just steal her mobility. It took away her independence, her confidence, and a part of her identity. If you're watching this, chances are you, or someone close to you, knows exactly how that feels. The pain in your hands, the frustrating stiffness when you wake up, the loss of control when everyday tasks start to feel like obstacles. What used to be effortless now demands patience, or worse, help from others. Arthritis doesn't just affect the body. It can chip away at your sense of dignity, your emotional well-being, and how you relate to the world around you. But today, I want to share something important, something most doctors don't mention during regular appointments. Not because it's dangerous or unproven, but because it's simple, natural, and often forgotten in a world focused on prescriptions and procedures. I'm talking about a homemade oil made from ingredients you probably already have at home. This oil can help reduce hand inflammation and relieve arthritis-related pain, and in just a few days. I know that may sound too good to be true. Honestly, I was skeptical too. But when we tried it at home, the results were so fast and so clear that I felt compelled to share them. In this video, I'll show you exactly why it works, how to make it, and most importantly, how to apply it properly to truly experience the benefits. You won't need to spend money on strange products or wait months to feel relief. But you will need to stay with me, because later, specifically in part 6, I'll explain the exact method you must follow to get the full effect. Before we go any further, I'd love to get to know you a little better. Before we continue, I'd love to get to know you a little better. If you're comfortable, leave a comment below with your age and the state you're watching from. Your input helps build a community of people supporting one another through similar experiences. If you find this video helpful, please consider giving it a like. That small action helps me continue sharing these health lessons with others who truly need them. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend doing so and turning on the notification bell. That way, you won't miss future videos filled with practical advice for living well at every age. Also, I'd really appreciate your feedback. If you're enjoying this video so far, drop a comment with the number 1. If you feel there's room for improvement, comment 0. Your honest input helps me make these videos better for you. Now, let's get to the heart of the matter. What exactly is arthritis? And why does it seem to attack the hands so aggressively? Arthritis is one of those terms that sounds distant and clinical when you first hear it. It feels like something that happens to other people. But then, one morning, you wake up and your fingers won't move as easily. Maybe you struggle to button your shirt, or you feel a sharp twinge while turning the key in your front door. Suddenly, arthritis isn't a medical term, it's your reality. Put simply, arthritis is chronic inflammation of the joints. Over time, the cartilage that cushions your bones wears away. Movements that once felt effortless become painful. It's almost as if your body starts quietly rebelling against you, especially in the areas you rely on most. And the hands, well, they're particularly vulnerable. The joints in your fingers are small, delicate, and constantly in use. We use our hands to cook, write, sew, garden, or simply hold the hand of someone we care about. When inflammation sets in, those everyday movements become real challenges. Opening a jar, gripping a coffee mug, or even picking up a pen can start to feel like physical endurance tests. Let me tell you about John. He was a passionate painter. He could spend hours with a fine brush, creating beautiful landscapes full of depth and emotion. But over time, something changed. His brushstrokes lost their fluidity, not because he lacked inspiration, but because his fingers began to disobey him. Pain and stiffness crept in gradually, and eventually, holding a brush became nearly impossible. The tremors, the tightness, the frustration, they became barriers between him and the art he loved. John didn't stop painting because he lost the desire. He stopped because his body no longer allowed him to do what he loved. His hands, once steady and expressive, had become unreliable. And like John, millions of people around the world, men and women in their 60s, 70s, even 80s, live with arthritis every day. This condition doesn't care how old you are or what you've done in life. It doesn't discriminate. According to major health organizations, arthritis remains one of the leading causes of disability among older adults. And perhaps the hardest part of all is that many people come to accept it as just another part of aging. As if this pain, this loss of function, is simply the price you pay for getting older. As if nothing can be done to fight it. But what if I told you that pain doesn't have to be your final answer? What if there were simple, natural ways to start restoring movement and reducing discomfort without relying solely on medications? And what if the solution wasn't far off at all, but already sitting in your kitchen cabinet? I'm not talking about magical cures or false promises. I'm talking about practical knowledge, grounded in both science and tradition. I'm talking about real ingredients and simple daily practices that have the power to create real change, and that's exactly what I'm going to walk you through in this video. Modern medicine has done extraordinary things. Thanks to it, we live longer, survive illnesses that once had no cure, and benefit from treatments that were unimaginable just a few generations ago. I have deep respect for that. But sometimes, in our pursuit of advanced solutions, we lose touch with the wisdom that came before us. We overlook the simple remedies our grandmothers knew, the natural approaches passed down through generations. We forget what nature has always offered, gifts that supported health long before the age of prescriptions and procedures. If you're still here, still watching and learning, I'd love to know. Drop a 1 in the comments to let me know you're with me. Your time and presence mean a lot, and I hope these insights are as valuable to you as they are to me. You see, many doctors today are working under intense pressure, limited time, packed schedules, and strict protocols. So it's no surprise that home remedies often go unmentioned in appointments. Not because they aren't effective, but because they don't fit within the system of mainstream care. The focus is often on medications, physical therapy, and medical procedures. And yes, those options have their place. They can absolutely help. But they're not the only path forward. There are other options. Gentle, natural, affordable options that deserve your attention. What many people don't realize is that certain natural oils, when used correctly, have powerful anti-inflammatory effects. These oils can help reduce swelling, ease joint discomfort, and even improve flexibility and range of motion. And they do all of this without the harsh side effects, complications, or synthetic chemicals often found in prescription medications. So how do they work? The answer lies in the active compounds found within these oils. Some, especially essential oils, are rich in substances known as terpenes and phenols. Now, those words might sound unfamiliar or even a bit scientific, but their impact on the body is clear and measurable. These natural compounds help fight inflammation, stimulate blood flow, and calm irritated tissues. You can think of them like tiny soldiers, each drop working quietly and steadily to restore balance inside your body. And here's the truly amazing part. None of this is new. These aren't recent discoveries made in a lab. Ancient civilizations understood the power of plant-based oils long before modern science caught up. In Egypt, oils from plants were used to relieve muscle soreness and calm inflammation. In India, Ayurvedic medicine has relied on warmed oils like clove and sesame for centuries to address joint pain and stiffness. And across Mediterranean cultures, olive oil infused with herbs was a trusted remedy in households for generations. These weren't just old family traditions. They were grounded in careful observation and lived experience. And now, modern research is starting to confirm what our ancestors understood intuitively. When used with care, certain oils truly can support the body's natural healing processes. Among all the oils available, one combination stands out when it comes to managing arthritis in the hands. It's not only effective, but it's also incredibly easy to prepare at home without the need for special tools or expensive ingredients. The blend I'm talking about combines clove oil with extra virgin olive oil. So why does this particular mix work so well? Clove isn't just a spice you use in baking or a scent for holiday teas. It's one of the most potent natural plants available. Native to Indonesia, clove has been valued in traditional medicine for centuries. It's been used in cultures across the globe to relieve pain, reduce swelling, and even fight off infections. The aroma of clove is bold, warm, sharp, and immediately recognizable. But its strength doesn't come from its smell. It comes from what's inside. Clove contains a powerful natural compound. That powerful compound inside clove is called eugenol, a natural anti-inflammatory with multiple benefits. Eugenol works by gently numbing the area where it's applied, reducing swelling, and improving blood circulation. That's why it has been used for centuries to relieve toothaches, soothe sore muscles, and calm inflamed joints. Its effects are subtle, yet deeply effective, offering targeted relief exactly where the body needs it. Now, imagine taking that natural power and pairing it with another healing ingredient: olive oil. But not just any olive oil. I'm talking about extra virgin olive oil, rich in antioxidants and heart-healthy fatty acids. On its own, olive oil already has anti-inflammatory effects, largely thanks to a compound called oleocanthal, which functions much like ibuprofen, but in a gentler, natural way that your body often tolerates better. When you mix clove oil with extra virgin olive oil, something remarkable happens. The two ingredients create a natural synergy. Olive oil acts as a carrier, helping the active compounds in clove penetrate deeply through the skin and into the joints. At the same time, it nourishes and hydrates the skin, improves elasticity in the surrounding tissues, and enhances the oil's absorption rate. When applied the right way, the result is almost immediate comfort, a warming, soothing sensation that signals relief is on the way. You don't need to be a chemist or a doctor to understand why this blend is effective. You'll feel it. You'll see it. And sometimes, like in Emily's case, the results may surprise you. Emily is my neighbor. She's 75 years old and has been living with arthritis in both hands for years. Her right thumb was especially painful. It had become so stiff she could barely use it. Buttoning a blouse or holding a spoon became daily challenges that left her feeling discouraged and dependent. One afternoon, I shared this oil recipe with her. She hesitated at first, as many people do. It sounded too simple to work, but she decided to give it a try. She made the oil at home and used it each night before bed. After just 3 nights, she called me. Her voice was trembling, but this time not from pain, from surprise. For the first time in months, she could move her thumb with significantly less discomfort. The stiffness had eased, and she was hopeful again. She hasn't stopped using the oil since. Stories like Emily's are more common than you might think. There are countless older adults who've quietly found relief through this blend. People who had lost hope, who thought their condition was permanent, and who discovered that a small, natural remedy could restore not only movement, but also a sense of control. But I want to make something clear. It's not just about rubbing it on and waiting for results. There's a specific way to prepare and apply this oil if you want to experience real, lasting benefits. And that's exactly what I'm going to show you next. Let me now show you exactly how to make this oil at home, step by step. The process is simple and doesn't require any medical knowledge or fancy equipment. Just a few minutes of your time, a little care, and a willingness to try something natural and potentially life-changing. In less than 15 minutes, you can create a remedy that may bring relief and comfort into your daily routine. Here's what you'll need. Start with 1 tablespoon of whole cloves. Make sure they're not powdered or crushed, just the whole spice, like what you'd find in a typical spice jar. Then, measure out half a cup of extra virgin olive oil. If you can get organic or cold-pressed olive oil, that's even better, as it tends to retain more of its natural healing properties. Now, let's begin. Place the whole cloves into a small saucepan or skillet. Pour the olive oil over them, fully covering the cloves. This next step is important. Set your heat to low. The oil should never boil. You want it to warm up slowly and gently. The goal is to draw out the healing compounds from the cloves without burning or degrading them. Keep the mixture on low heat for 5 to 7 minutes, stirring occasionally with a wooden spoon. As it heats, you'll start to notice a beautiful golden hue forming in the oil, and the warm, aromatic scent of clove will begin to fill your kitchen. This is a good sign. It means the natural oils and active compounds are being released. After the heating time is done, turn off the heat and let the mixture rest and cool for another 5 minutes. Then carefully strain the oil using a fine mesh strainer or a piece of cheesecloth. This step removes the cloves and gives you a smooth, ready-to-use oil. Once strained, pour the filtered oil into a dark glass jar. A screw-top jar, like an old jam jar, works perfectly. Just make sure it's clean and completely dry. The dark glass helps preserve the oil's natural compounds by protecting it from light. Store the jar in a cool, dry place, away from direct sunlight. No need to refrigerate it, but it's important to keep the lid sealed tightly. When stored properly, this homemade oil can last for several weeks. Before each use, give the jar a gentle shake to make sure everything is evenly mixed and ready to go. A few precautions before you apply it. Never apply the oil while it's still warm. Always wait until it has reached room temperature. Applying hot oil can irritate or even burn the skin. Also, if you have any open cuts, rashes, or areas of broken skin on your hands, hold off until they've fully healed. Although this oil is natural, it can still cause a stinging sensation if it touches sensitive or damaged areas. And as with any topical remedy, always perform a small patch test first. Apply a tiny amount to a discrete area of skin, like the inside of your forearm. Wait a few hours to see how your skin reacts. If there's no irritation, you're good to proceed. Before you begin applying the oil regularly, it's always wise to test it on a small area of your skin first. Apply just 1 drop to your forearm and wait a few minutes. If there's no redness, itching, or irritation, then you're good to go. This simple step ensures your skin responds well, especially important if you have sensitive skin or allergies. Now that you've made the oil and confirmed it's safe for you, here comes the most important part: how to apply it correctly. This step is where the healing truly begins. You see, just dabbing on a few drops here and there won't deliver the full benefit. Natural remedies like this one require a bit of time, gentle care, and something we rarely hear in clinical settings: patience. The way you apply this oil makes all the difference. Done properly, it becomes more than just a routine. It transforms into a true home treatment, one that supports your joints and calms your body from the inside out. So let me walk you through it, step by step. Ideally, apply the oil twice a day. Once in the morning, shortly after waking, and once again before bed. The evening application is especially powerful. While you sleep, your body is in repair mode, and your skin absorbs active ingredients more deeply, without interference from movement or environmental factors. To begin, place 6 to 8 drops of the oil in the palm of your hand. Gently rub your hands together to warm it up. This helps activate the oil and prepares your skin to receive it. Now, start the massage. Don't press too hard. What matters most is consistency and gentleness. Think of it as coaxing your joints back to life, not forcing them. Use slow, circular motions, starting at your fingertips. Spend a few seconds on each finger, moving from tip to base. Then move on to your knuckles, your palms, and finally, your wrists. If any particular area feels tighter or more painful, give it a bit of extra time. Allow your hands to guide you. Listen to where the tension lives. The massage should last at least 15 minutes. If you can, pair it with deep breathing. Inhale slowly through your nose. Exhale gently through your mouth, as if each motion is helping to release built-up tension from your joints. If possible, choose a quiet space, free from distractions. Some soft music in the background can help create a peaceful atmosphere. Make this moment yours, a time not just for healing, but for reconnecting with your body. After finishing the massage, resist the urge to wash your hands right away. Let the oil sit and soak in for at least 20 minutes. This allows the active compounds to work more deeply. For even better absorption, especially during your nighttime routine, you can cover your hands with cotton gloves. This helps seal in the warmth and prevents the oil from rubbing off too soon, allowing it to continue working while you rest. And don't forget, keeping your hands warm after applying the oil, especially at night, can make a big difference. Warmth helps your skin absorb the treatment more effectively and allows the active ingredients to penetrate deeper into the joints. A simple pair of cotton gloves can lock in that warmth and boost results while you sleep. Let me share a story that truly touched me. Anthony, a 78-year-old retired carpenter, had stopped playing guitar over a year ago. The pain in his fingers had become so intense, so persistent, that even holding the neck of the instrument felt impossible. Music had always been his joy, his way of expressing emotion and connecting with others, but arthritis took that away. Then one day, his daughter came across a video like the one you're watching now. She decided to make the oil for him and began applying it gently to his hands each night. They made it a nightly ritual, quiet, unhurried, filled with care. After just 1 week, something beautiful happened. Anthony picked up his guitar again. No, he didn't play a full song, but he managed 3 chords. And then, he cried. Not from pain this time, but from joy. Joy that his hands could still remember. Joy that something so small could help him reclaim a piece of himself. That's the kind of change this simple oil can bring, when it's paired with consistency, attention, and care. Now, you may be wondering, what should I expect in the first few days? How will I know it's working? Am I massaging the right way? Is it normal to feel warmth? When will I start seeing results? These are all good questions. Let me walk you through what typically happens early on. Most people report feeling a gentle, comforting warmth during the massage, not a burning or itching sensation, but a soothing heat that relaxes the tissues. That warmth is a sign that the clove is doing its job, boosting circulation and helping vital nutrients flow into the affected joints. Within the first 3 applications, many users begin to notice gradual relief from stiffness, especially in the mornings. Those hands that once felt rigid and unresponsive upon waking begin to soften. Movement starts to return, slowly but noticeably. It's not a dramatic overnight transformation, but if you pay attention to the little changes, they'll be there. Of course, the timeline can vary from person to person. Most people begin to feel real improvement between day 5 and day 7 of consistent use. Some experience relief sooner. Others may need a little more time. The important thing is to stay with it. Don't give up halfway through. Natural healing takes consistency, and this is no exception. And if you're still watching this video and finding value in these lessons, I'd love to hear from you. Please comment with the number 2 below. It lets me know you're still with me, and it helps me continue sharing helpful content with people who truly need it. If you're still here with me, learning and reflecting, I'd truly appreciate it if you left a comment with the number 2. It lets me know you're still watching and helps me continue creating content that supports your health journey. Thank you for giving your valuable time to this important conversation. So, how do you know when the oil is working? The first and most noticeable sign for many people is less pain when waking up, especially in the early morning hours, when arthritis symptoms often feel the worst. If your hands are usually stiff and resistant in the morning, you may start noticing they're a little easier to move. less locked up, more willing to cooperate. You might also experience better mobility when opening and closing your fingers, and a reduction in that sharp, stabbing pain that used to come with basic tasks like turning a doorknob or picking up a glass. Another encouraging sign: a growing sense of confidence as you do things you had previously avoided. Movements that once triggered discomfort start to feel possible again. Every small step forward is a victory over pain. Don't underestimate how meaningful it is to open a jar without grimacing or to button your shirt with more ease. These small wins are signs your body is responding, subtle steps in the right direction toward a freer, more active life. And remember, the benefits of this oil don't just come from quick relief. The effects build with time. This isn't just about reducing pain in the short term. It's about giving your joints the support they need to heal, protect, and prevent worsening inflammation over the long run. That's why, even if you start feeling better within the first week, I strongly encourage you to keep going. Let your body strengthen through the rhythm of this simple daily act. Now, let me share a few more real stories, true examples from people just like you who gave this remedy a chance. These moments remind us that it's never too late to feel hope again. That no matter your age or how long you've been in pain, change is possible. Martha is 73. She used to knit every day, scarves, sweaters, baby gifts, each one made with love. But when arthritis took over her hands, she had to stop. Her husband once gave her a box filled with colorful yarn, hoping it would lift her spirits. But all she could do was stare at it. Her fingers just wouldn't respond. "I'm done," she told him, heartbroken. Then one day she heard about this homemade oil. Like many others, she doubted it at first. It sounded too easy, too good to be true. Still, something in her said, "Why not try?" A week after starting the nightly routine, she was able to thread a needle again. 2 weeks later, she finished her first scarf in over a year. Laughing, she told me, "I didn't believe in this until I tried it." Raymond, 80 years old, had always loved writing letters to his grandchildren. It was his way of staying close, of passing on stories and love across the miles. But arthritis changed that. His hands began to tremble so much that even holding a pen became frustrating. His handwriting, once neat and expressive, turned shaky and unreadable. Eventually, he stopped writing altogether. Then his daughter saw a video like this one. She prepared the oil at home and applied it gently to his hands every night, never missing a day. Within just a few days, something shifted. Raymond picked up his pen again. The letters were still a little shaky, but they flowed. And in those strokes were stories, memories, and emotion. He had found his voice again. Then there's Sophie, a lifelong cook whose hands had once crafted meals for generations of family. But arthritis had taken that joy from her. She couldn't even peel a potato anymore. The kitchen that once brought her so much life now felt like a place of frustration. But after 15 days of using the oil regularly, she returned to her cutting board. Her hands still ached a bit, but she was back. And I'll never forget what she told me. "It's not just that my hands hurt less, it's that my drive came back. These aren't magic stories. These are real outcomes. The result of one small, consistent, intentional act repeated each day with care. And while not everyone will respond the same way, that doesn't make the effort any less worthwhile. The truth is, some people didn't feel significant improvement. Often, that was because they used the oil inconsistently, skipped days, or were dealing with more advanced joint damage that required medical intervention. And that's something I want to say clearly and honestly, because this isn't about false hope. It's about balance and realism. But even those who didn't notice dramatic changes told me that just taking the time to massage their hands, just those few minutes a day, made a difference in how they felt emotionally. The simple act of caring for themselves, of being present with their body, helped them reconnect with something they hadn't felt in a long time. So if you're dealing with arthritis in your hands, I gently urge you to try. Not with fear or unrealistic expectations, but with respect for your body and an open mind to what nature may still offer. What do you have to lose? Maybe, just maybe, you have a lot to gain. And now that you've stayed with me this far, remember this. This homemade oil is not a miracle cure. It doesn't replace your medications, and it's not meant to substitute for professional treatment. It isn't a one-size-fits-all solution. But what it can be is a daily ally, a ritual, a quiet, steady gesture that helps you reclaim something precious, your independence. Because behind every aching hand is a life put on pause, a recipe left uncooked, a letter unwritten, a scarf never finished. This remedy may offer more than just physical relief. It may offer you the chance to do what once seemed lost. Use the oil consistently, but don't stop there. Pair it with other habits that support your healing. Keep moving, even a little each day. Combine the use of this oil with gentle hand exercises to help maintain flexibility and circulation. Movement, even in small amounts, can keep your joints from stiffening and help your muscles stay active. Alongside movement, be mindful of what you eat. Certain foods can quietly fuel inflammation, especially processed snacks, fried items, and anything loaded with refined sugar. Instead, choose foods that help your body heal. Fill your plate with fresh fruits, colorful vegetables, and healthy fats, like those found in avocado, olive oil, and fish, such as salmon or sardines. These aren't just good for your joints. They support your heart, your brain, and your overall energy. Think of every meal as a chance to nourish your recovery, and don't overlook the healing power of rest. Sleep isn't just about closing your eyes. It's when your body repairs. Aim for deep, uninterrupted sleep each night, because good sleep truly is medicine. Listen closely to what your body is telling you. Some days will be better than others, and that's okay. What matters is that you keep going. Never give up. Even as we age, even when our hands no longer move the way they once did, there's always something we can do to improve. Always. Our hands are more than just tools. They're part of how we express love. They hug, they comfort, they write memories and hold the hands of others. So don't let pain silence them. Protect them, nourish them, give them one more chance. Now I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever tried any home remedies for arthritis? What's worked for you? Feel free to share in the comments below. I read them and I learned from them. Your experience might help someone else who's silently struggling. If this video helped you, even just a little, please consider subscribing to the channel. Every week on Healthy Aging Blueprint, I share natural, accessible, and effective health tips designed to help you live with strength, dignity, and joy at every age. And if you know someone dealing with hand pain, please share this video with them. That small gesture could be the first step in their journey toward relief. Thank you for being here with me. I'll see you in the next video. Wishing you health, happiness, peace, and don't forget to subscribe to Healthy Aging Blueprint.